Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry site, and today we're here with Dr. Jose Charal. He is the Director, Poultry Technical Sales at ADM Animal Nutrition. Thanks for being with us today, Jose.
Thank you very much, Sarah. It's a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon.
Thanks so much. It's great to visit with you as well. And today, Jose and I are at IPPE 2026. And we're in Atlanta, Georgia. I should say a very cold and chilly Atlanta, Georgia. We're experiencing a little bit of a chill that we don't normally feel when we're here. And Jose, we're going to dive right into our talk here. You presented a TED Talk today and shared some new information with the group. Tell me a little bit about the information that you shared.
That's correct, Sarah. And yes, the focus of the talk was basically an overview of the main challenges producers actually face when their flocks age. And when we talk about these specific flocks, we are referring to layers and breeders specifically. So the first part of the talk, of course, focuses in understanding where breeders and layers may have common physiological response as they age. Of course, typically what we normally see when layers and breeder layers age, it is that they normally drop egg rates, meaning they produce less eggs in a per day basis.
Right.
And there are several reasons for that. Of course, typically there is less development of follicles in the ovarium, and that of course involves that most of the time those eggs are also larger. With eggs being larger as well, then we typically see some issues with quality of eggs, meaning likely weaker shells, for example. And some of those issues typically are addressed by management and also by nutrition. But what there is really limited information. It is, of course, how these endocrinology may actually impact the development of the egg cycle at those ages. And that's the second part of the talk, of course. We identify that, of course, as those layers age, there are less eggs, the eggs are bigger, so the layers and breeders actually have very difficult time trying to produce enough fatty acids and mobilizing fatty acids from the liver into the egg yolk production.
Right.
And in that circumstances, of course, what we identify is that there is some technologies such as the extract of a ferula plant that actually does increases the sensitivity of the receptors to estradiol, for example.
Right.
And those specific hormones do play an important role in effectively improving the laying rate as well as the mobilization of nutrients from the liver up to the both egg yolk production site as well as the eggshell membrane production. So in these circumstances, the overall effect it is that those layers are going to improve a laying rate as well as the quality of those eggs are going to be increased. That's of course important for the egg producers because they are going to be able to commercialize more eggs. And in the case of the breeders, of course, typically there is an association of better quality of eggs with better fertility and hatchability of those eggs.
Very good. And my follow-up question was kind of what does it mean for these producers? But you really answered that question. But my other question is, this is really all about helping these producers become more efficient, right?
Yes, that's you are right, Sarah. At the end, the main objective of the farmers is to be more productive, get the output as optimal as
Right.
possible from their systems. And these technologies, of course, will help them, as I mentioned before. One, it is to produce more eggs able to be commercialized, and also the opportunity to, at the end, in the case of the breeder side, likely producing more chicks over the flock.
Right. And you talked a little bit about egg quality and how this is really important for egg quality, right? Or shell quality, maybe is what I should say.
It is important at the end is as we mentioned, typically as those layers get older, they produce less
Right.
eggs and they produce bigger eggs. So of course more calcium
Yeah.
is required to be mobilized from the reservoir and also from the diet in order to produce enough shells for to cover those eggs. So and that's how it is as well, shell quality impacted.
Very good. Well, thank you, Jose, for all the information. I always enjoy visiting with you and learning kind of the latest research and information that you guys have. So thanks again.
Thank you very much, Sarah. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
This is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry site.